Well, can you guys feel the suspense over the Supreme Court nominees?
Is that what that feeling is? Yeah.
Oh. Well, you know, you'd think it was the season finale of The Apprentice or something, but this is 100% real life, and the outcome really could impact the nation for a generation or more. Tonight at 6 o'clock, President Trump will announce his choice for the Supreme Court to replace retiring Justice Anthony Kennedy. So national reporting out there shows that it's really coming down to 4 people who are currently all serving as federal appeals court judges across the country. There's Brett Kavanaugh of Maryland, considered the favorite by a lot of people. Kavanaugh is a Yale graduate, and President Trump really likes Ivy League education. He's the only one on the list, in fact. On top of that, he is a Washington guy. He's had a lot of respect from past Republican administrations. Raymond Kethledge of Michigan is also said to be an easy confirmation, and though the New York Times reported that Trump kind of finds him dull, supporters call him Gorsuch 2.0, both, by the way, who clerked for Justice Kennedy, who is vacating his position. Thomas Hardiman from Pennsylvania is a friend of the president's sister. He's also been a Trump favorite for a while. In fact, he was reportedly the second choice after Neil Gorsuch to replace Justice Scalia. So he's had this long, solid conservative record as a federal judge, and the Senate confirmed him 95-0 for his current Court of Appeals job, including our Democratic Senator Patty Murray. He was also the first to go to college in his family, and he drove a taxi to pay for his Georgetown Law School education, so he has a pretty interesting personal story. And Amy Coney Barrett, the only woman frontrunner, a former Notre Dame law professor, kind of looks like she's falling out of the mix because there's concern that she's basically too Catholic. She once suggested that Catholic judges recuse themselves from matters that conflict with their faith, like the death penalty. Big one there. Huh. Even though there's no slam dunk, the overall feeling is that Kavanaugh and Kethledge could be the easiest to get a confirmation. A lot of people are saying that. So you may be asking, you know, what are some takeaways I need to know, at least so that you can bring it up at the dinner table tonight, right? To sound like you're smart. So here's 5. First, President Trump has been a pretty conventional Republican president in this process. He has picked qualified conservative legal thinkers, though they have been vetted by conservative organizations like the Federalist Society and the Heritage Foundation. Democrats have a long shot trying to block this nominee. It's kind of this Hail Mary situation. They will try to flip a couple of moderate Republicans on the premise of abortion rights. One senator on their list is Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski of Alaska. But again, Hail Mary, think about that. Justice Kennedy, who is vacating his position, was often the deciding vote in those cases, especially those involving abortion rights. He upheld abortion rights in several cases, and that's why people are watching this very closely. So you may be wondering, what does it take to get a nomination? Well, anything the president deems fit, really. The Constitution says nothing about education, job, citizenship, or age. But you may be asking, okay, so what does it take to get a confirmation? A simple majority vote in the Senate. So nomination, anything, confirmation, Senate majority. And then what does the new justice do? Well, aside from hearing cases, the new person is the junior justice with unique responsibilities like kitchen duty.
What?
Yeah, so the justices eat lunch together, and if someone, has to complain about the food, they bring it up to the junior justice. Also, the junior justice has to take notes and answer the door. So it is slight hazing, you might say. Oh. The goal of the president is to get the new justice confirmed by the Senate and in the chair by the first Monday in October. And again, the first part of that happens in prime time tonight at 6, and I know the nation will be watching.
A little bit of hazing there. They sit down and give him like an off-colored robe or something. It's like shorter than everybody else's. Too much ankle. Right?
You answer the door. You get it.
You don't know if there's one that stands out that some, let's say, Democrats don't necessarily want to be picked. Is there like?
I mean, Democrats are going to go hard
on all of them.
Democrats don't want it to happen at all. They're like,
let's just wait, after the midterms.
After the midterms.
So it's not going to happen.
There was so much good information, but the thing that stuck out for me was the president saying that one of them was dull. And I guess I was like, what does he mean by that? Like, I don't care if the Supreme Court justice is dull. Like,
as opposed to the exciting ones we grew up with, right?
But maybe he wanted, good point. Maybe he just wanted a good story. Yeah. Like the one of the guy driving a taxi to pay for the law school. Like, that's exciting. But anyway, that's interesting.
At the end of the day, though, they're all vetted, and they all have these really long and strong track records, so we'll have to see what happens.
90 minutes.
Yeah, 90 minutes.
Well, thanks for summing it all up for us, Michelle. That was cool.
Speaking